Noorie wakes up to the sound of a huge storm blowing. She wakes up in a jolt. She looks around. She can't recognize anything around her. She walks past the neighborhood. There is not a single tree. Everyone looks the same. They are all wearing the same clothes. She can hear sounds of drones, bulldozers, and wailing sirens at a distance. Noorie gets scared and tries to escape, but the walls feel like they're closing in on her. She runs away on a long journey across rivers, valleys, deserts, forests, and the insides of city bylanes. Along her way, she meets musicians who tell her stories and sing her songs. Listening to them, she discovers new maps and routes to find a sense of belonging. Adventures of Noorie is a podcast series tracing her travels with music, memory, and identity. Noorie goes to Rumi's Riyaz room.
What's that sound? Is it a voice or a sound? It feels like it's coming through the buildings, beyond the tall rain trees. I don't know. It's really early in the morning and I'm shivering inside my sweater, craving for some hot coffee. Wait, it's that voice again. Is that sound coming from somewhere inside my head? This time, it comes piercing back and lands below my eyes and pushes my feet toward the sound. There is a boat which has a beautiful painting of a man with a long beard on a fish, sailing far away into the distance. Rumi's Riyaz room, it said. I opened the door without knocking. I can't believe that all these sounds, voices, and tones are coming from within him. Suddenly, two cats squirm out from below the mat and look me straight in the eye. They move away and curl around the tanpura which is lying on the ground. His voice is peculiar. There is an unusual duality in his pitch. I was hoping he would not notice me, but suddenly he turns around as if he was expecting me.
Coffee, Vika.
Yes, I'm freezing. I look around and I see that there is an easel with a half-done painting in the room of a woman floating on a leaf. Wow. Where is that voice coming from?
Unfortunately, it's cold, so even I'm unable to understand. Cold actually is wonderful. When you get cold, it's very interesting to work because you can't. There's a layer of heaviness with the voice, and that you have to pull it along with you. So it feels nice. So instead of being ma ga re sa, it's a double weight.
Yeah. Ooh, it was quite intense. What would you like? What was that you were just doing?
Just voice.
Just voice.
So one is that basically I'm lost. I don't know where is my sa, where is my scale, and so I'm just trying in every scale to figure out which is my sa. And if I find out sa, then I can find out my ma, the lower octave ma, whether it is now my home or not. Because earlier, when I was a woman and singing very easily, like as though it was a magic, I have lost that house. So I'm like trying to figure out whether I'm comfortable being there for a long time or not, whether music hits me back, whether it creates violence. Sometimes music can be very hard. It can hit you back and you will feel the physical pain also. So I'm still figuring out where is my home.
What were you doing all this while?
So we are taught something called as voice exercises. But that's not what we really want to do. I think it is this time where we become more freer without any restrictions of ragas, tala, everything, and try to become one with the swaras. So this is called Riyaz. So we do our own Riyaz once in the morning and once in the night. The rest of the time my teachers used to either teach or sing themselves and all that. So this Riyaz is a space where you meet yourself through swaras you can touch your body. So when you start learning from a guru, they're bound by time. So they'll teach you everything like a hobby class. Thankfully for me, I couldn't get into, or I didn't get trapped by the hobby class because I didn't have money to pay for the hobby class. So I used to sit and listen to many people being taught.
Yeah.
And then I got a chance to sit in my guru's Riyaz. Riyaz as in practice, his time. So that's when I learned how he explores music. Later, in my Riyaz, many things happened. Before transition, I had made a house in lower octave madhyam, like sa ni dha pa ma. Now I sing it with great difficulty.
Okay.
But then it was like ma, ma. So the vibration in the throat, the feel of vocal cords, the touch, the pressure, and something that I can see, not hear.
Voice that you can see and not hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is also like the touch of the skin, bare skin. Bare skin in the sense, ma, ma. So my voice is trying to put in a note into the vibration, and that is the touch of bare skin. And that becomes a memory. That becomes a memory. That memory is there, but the feel and the fullness and that my house is lost. So when you start building a house, you build with your mind. You know, so when you enter a new house, you know where to keep kitchen utensils, where you know, or you will do it on your own. You don't follow the traditional method.
Yeah.
So, like we used a puja room as a drink place for us in our house. So we have our own things, right? So even in music, when we are singing, especially in our morning riyaz, we make our own house. We try to befriend the swaras, we try to become relationships. Then it is nostalgia, it's memory, it's present, it's past. So that house is something like a magic, that you live in the present, you live in the past, you build a love story with those swaras. Like I'm in love with Ma, but Pa is very jealous, but I'm also in love with Pa. And then it becomes not triangle because Daivat wants to have a relationship with all the three of us. And then a Nisha, this something is like line identifying Ma, so I am jealous. don't know what all happens there.
Okay.
It's full relationship complication. And with each raga, all those dynamics will change. So that's what you're feeling, you're touching, you're hugging, you're making love and everything. Ma, 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 ma. See, now I have lost the memory of ma. That's why I'm sa ni dha pa ma. I have to search for sa, then I have to go to ma. Because of the voice transition.
And this house that you are embodying through the Riyaz, is it concrete or is it fluid? I know things that happen inside with sa, pa, ma, dha. And
It is the most fluid thing. Because sa ni dha pa sa ni dha. So sa and pa are supposed to be constant. They're not supposed to be wavering. But in my Riyaz I can do anything. Sa
yeah. So you're free in your practice room. Must be liberating.
Very liberating. Riyaz is the best thing. More than singing, Riyaz is the best thing.
Yeah.
Because you will be like, sometimes you want to sleep. You have not slept. So what do? Sa ni dha pa pa. And then you can doze off.
Wow. Yeah, it's your home anyway.
Yeah, it's my home. I can sleep off.
Okay, but like, who are you?
I'm actually this madhyams, mandra madhyams, intense, passionate lover where we cannot stop making love to each other, but that is constantly being disturbed by pa, because that fellow cannot tolerate. And when I am with Mandra Madhyam, I am a drummer.
Okay.
And when I am with Shuddhani, I am a Kaniz. And when I am with Komal Rishabh,
Okay.
which is Sare, I'm a construction worker.
Wow. Okay, so multiple identities.
Yeah, so I can keep having identities like that.
Oh my God.
It can keep changing.
That's amazing.
So I'm Rumi Harish. Nanu badukiddu ನನಗಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತು ನಾನು ಬದುಕಿದ್ದು ನನಗಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಬರವಿಗೆ ಕಾದವರಿಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಬರವಿಗೆ ಕಾದವರಿಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಇರುವಿಗೆ ಗುರುತಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಹೊರಟಾಗ ಬೀಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟವರಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಹೊರಟಾಗ ಬೀಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟವರಿಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಬದುಕಿದ್ದು ನಾನು ಬದುಕಿದ್ದು ನಾನು ಬದುಕಿದ್ದು ನನಗಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತು ನನಗಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತು
ನನಗಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಬದುಕಿನ ಹಾಡ ಹಾಡಲು ಸಂಗ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಬದುಕಿನ ಹಾಡ ಹಾಡಲು, ಬದುಕಿನ ಹಾಡ ಹಾಡಲು ಸಂಗ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಸಾವ ಜಪಿಸಲು ಕಲಿಸಿದ, ಸಾವ ಜಪಿಸಲು ಕಲಿಸಿದ, ನೋಟಕ್ಕೆ ಮಬ್ಬು ಕವಿದ ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೆ, ನೋಟಕ್ಕೆ ಕವಿದ ಮಬ್ಬು ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೆ. ಅವ ಭೀಕರ ಸತ್ಯಗಳ ಪರಿಚಯಿಸಿದ, ಅವ ಭೀಕರ ಸತ್ಯಗಳ ಪರಿಚಯಿಸಿದ.
So, how has your experience been, like, in and out of this Riyaz room? Because how long do you do this Riyaz, and like when you get out of that home, and then what's the experience?
So when you have a perfect Riyaz, you'll be wet. Though being a trans man, I'm telling you this. When you have a perfect Riyaz, you'll be wet, and because it's like something that is, it takes you like a roller coaster ride. And when you get out of it, how you feel. This is the same thing you get when you're coming out of your Riyaz. But when you're entering the Riyaz, you have to get ready, like as though you have to get into the roller coaster ride. So the Re might throw you off. The might keep jerking you. So anything can happen.
Yeah.
Home can turn into a jail. Home can turn violent. Anything can happen.
ढूंढ रहे अपने धाम, अपनी धाम, अपनी ढूंढ रहे अपनी धाम, नैया पड़ी मझधार, हाथ ढूंढ रहे अपनी धाम.
And yet you yearn to kind of go back there.
Yeah.
Every day.
Like Indian wife.
Like Indian wife, okay. But is it something that you've been recently doing, or you've been doing this?
I used to do all the time before transition. After transition, I'm now trying to build a new home. Because my voice changed, my voice broke, I couldn't sing for a year and a half. Then I didn't know what to do, what kind of guidance did I have to take, or I had to explore. I was exploring. And so now I'm somehow more comfortable with Sa, sa. Sa I'm comfortable with. Sa, ni, dha, pa, pa. So pa can be pa. That's also a way of practice. So somehow I'm feeling sa and pa are both more comfortable than ma. It's beating me up.
Ma is beating you up. Okay, and like when all these voices are troubling and all these different things are happening, like, are you also scared to confront something you don't know?
I'm shit scared because these are all very new to me. My earlier swaras were in a different pitch, so I knew them very well.
Yeah.
Now I can't sing there. I don't know people here.
Okay.
पिया नहीं आए रे, पिया नहीं आए, पिया नहीं आए रे, पिया नहीं आए, पिया नहीं आए माँ, पिया नहीं आए।
So that is why it's like sa ma sa re ga ma pa da pa ma ga re sa re dha pa sa re. But now I'm like comfortable there. Sa ne dha pa ma. That's my home. Ma ga ga ma pa sa pa ma ga. But this is sa ma sa ni dha pa. See, everything got displaced. The moment I went there, I got displaced here totally.
Got
It's
it.
that mental confusion. Because that is my home. And I'm living in a different house. This is also because I didn't ask my voice whether it wanted to transition with me or not.
Yeah. So it felt betrayed.
It could have, no? That's why it is giving me so much trouble. साला मर फिर से रियाज कर और 30 साल लेके आओ
Yeah.
फिर देखेंगे. That's what voice might be telling me.
But where would you like to transition with your voice? I mean, you don't know.
Don't ask me because I don't know. I always dreamt like I will sing like Jagjit Singh. I mean, sing classical music like in Jagjit Singh's voice. But of course, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So I have to find out my own voice.
Yeah.
Bloody, I have to find out my own voice
Yeah.
from scratch. Where I've forgotten what voice is, what sa is. There is no muscle memory. There is no the wetness memory here. When I used to sing like sa re ga ma pa, the fluidity, for that fluidity to get, there is certain wetness around in the throat. That is also a memory.
Yeah.
But here I'm like sa re ga ma pa ma ga re sa ni dha pa dha ni sa re ga. I don't know when it will go dry.
Got it. So then that means, do you have to remember? No, you have to forget something in order to
Remember something
remember
or
something.
make a new memory.
You have to make a new memory. But in order to make the new memory, you have to forget what you knew all these years. Okay. And how long are those years? How long have you been?
Now I'm 51. Started learning music at 8 and left music for some 3 years in between. So how much would that would be?
3 years in between.
Something like 35-40 years.
Yeah. Wow. That's the memory of knowing your home for 35-40 years. You have to somehow estrange yourself from it and then kind of almost start afresh.
Build a new house.
Build a new house. And what will the old house or all the people in that home feel?
अगर है शौक मिलने का तो हरदम लो लगाता जा. अगर है शौक मिलने का तो हरदम लो लगाता जा. जला कर खुद नुमाई को भस्म तन पर लगाता जा. जला कर खुद नुमाई को भस्म तन पर लगाता जा.
They have abandoned me. I didn't ask their permission to transition, so they have abandoned me very easily. See, they are the ones, they are the difficult beloveds.
Yeah.
We are the lovers who are seeking and seeking and seeking and seeking always. So like that.
It's a beautiful metaphor.
It's like that old house is like Shams Tabriz, and the new house is like me, Rumi, waiting for Shams to come back and
Yeah.
all that.
Wow, it sounds like Birha.
It is Birha.
Yeah. It is. And I mean, like, how did you even arrive at this? When did you arrive at this thing of, okay, has my voice also transitioned with me?
So I was writing last time. Have been documenting on this voice journey, especially after my transition. Initially, first 2-3 times I didn't think about it. It was in Kerala where I was supposed to perform, and again I was like, sulking and saying this voice is not happening and all that. And I think Sunil just told me that, have you taken permission from your voice? Did you take? So then it flashed.
Yeah.
Somebody like hit me with a big boulder on my head.
Yeah.
Then I felt shit. Then I wrote it. And then I presented it in that play. And then I realized, every morning now when I practice, I'm like, ಅಯ್ಯಪ್ಪ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ತಂದೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡಿ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಬೇಜಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬೇಡಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಕೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. Then I even wrote a poem on that.
What, do you remember it?
I don't remember, I have it on my phone, but
Okay.
I can read it out, saying that my voice is addressing me. Saying how strange your body has become, that I can't come and live in it.
Okay.
It says, I've written it somewhere, I'll read it out for you. The poem is called Mane.
Say that again?
Poem is called Mane, as in house. ನಿನ್ನೆ ನನ್ನ ಆವಾಜು ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳಿತು, ನಿನ್ನ ದೇಹ ನನಗೆ ಅಪರಿಚಿತವಾಗಿದೆ. ನಿನ್ನ ದೇಹ ನನಗೆ ಅಪರಿಚಿತವಾಗಿದೆ. ನಿನ್ನ ದೇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಮನೆ ಬೆಚ್ಚಗಿತ್ತು. ಆದರೀಗ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಪರದೇಶ. ನಿನ್ನ ಆವಾಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಸಲ್ಲದೆ ಕಳೆದು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅಂದು ನಿನ್ನ ದೇಹ ನನ್ನ ಮನೆಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಆ ನಿಷಾದದ ಕಿಟಕಿಗೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ ಒಂದು ತಾವೀಜನ್ನು. ನಿಷಾದದ ಕಿಟಕಿಗೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ ಒಂದು ತಾವೀಜನ್ನು. ನಿನ್ನ ಆಗ್ರಹದಂತೆ ನಿನ್ನ ದೇಹ ಪಡೆಯಲು ನೀನು ಖುಸ್ರೋನಂತೆ ದಾಡಿ ಬೆಳೆಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ದುವಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ನನ್ನ ನಮಾಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ. ಈಗ ನೀನು ನನ್ನ ಮನೆಯನ್ನೇ ಗಿರಿವಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀಯಾ? ನಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಚಲನೆಗಾಗಿ ಕಾಯುತ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆದರೆ ಈಗ ನಿನ್ನ ದೇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ರಸ್ತೆಗಳೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ನ ಚಲನೆಗಳು ಹರಿಯಲು ಯಾರೂ ಸವೆಸದ ಕಲ್ಲು ಮಣ್ಣುಗಳ ಗುಡ್ಡೆಗಳು. ಈಗ ಮತ್ತದೇ ರಸ್ತೆ ಮಾಡುವ ಜಾಡ, ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಜಾಡಿನ ಹುಡುಕಾಟ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಯವರೆಗೂ ಒಂದು ಕಿಟಕಿಯನ್ನಾದರೂ ತೆಗೆ. That's it.
Oh, it's really beautiful. And also really sad. And this yearning I can sense.
Yeah.
That you also want
That was
to
the
enter.
first time I kind of gave human life to my voice. Until then, my voice was never something. I was more into the swaras. But it is from this poem, after the event in Cochin, from this poem that I started really giving some kind of sense to my swaras and to my voice.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, and I can sense that there's such a deep desire to find home in this body.
Yeah.
Wow. It's complex, very intense. But like, I also wonder, like, for someone who was singing for so many years in a particular way, were you always confining or also used to breaking away from conventions and, especially with whatever you were training in, whether it is.
I think I was a very conventional singer. But when I was challenged by throwing me out of concert circles, music circles, because of my gender identity and sexual orientation, I think that's when I started experimenting. But I think I had the most crack mind like people of gurus who just pushed me into anything and everything. So there was like my guru who would make me sing some other ragas Rishabh in this particular raga.
Okay.
So it was so difficult. It is like, having sex with somebody else's wife. He said that, but I want you to learn it. So it would become if I'm singing Yaman, Nidha Nirisa Nidha Nirisa Re Nidha Dhani Re Ga Ma Ga Pa Re Ga Re. So weird. You have to tread carefully and all that. But for him, that is a practice. And then exactly what Rajiv did to me.
Who's Rajiv?
Rajiv Taranath, my last teacher who passed away recently. He is an illustrious sarod player and Ali Akbar Khan Sahib's student, who's also a great literature person and done music for several films and used to teach in UCLA and then later in different places, and then finally he had settled down in Mysore. So the last few years he actually read an autobiography book of mine written by Dada Pir Jamin and was very happy, congratulated, and one fine day he asked me, so have you just transitioned the body or even the voice? I'm like, that was another landmark point where somebody even managed to ask about voice transition. So then I said, yeah, I've been doing. Then he said, who is guiding you? I'm like, nobody. I'm figuring out. And then T.M. Krishna has been guiding a little. Suddenly one fine day this man calls and he says, come this Saturday.
Who's Rajiv?
Rajiv. Come this Saturday, I'll teach you. And then I went that Saturday and then he started off. Like, there is no space and all. What have you learned? How much have you learned? What will you do? Nothing. Start. I'm like, what? Ni re pa ma re ga re sa ni dha ni re pa ma re ga. Hey, ನಾನು ಹಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀನೇನು ಗಿಣಿರಾಮನ ನನ್ನ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಮೀ ಐ ಗಿವನ್ ಯು ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಮೀ ಏನು ಮರಯ್ಯ ಏನು ಆಡ್ತೀಯಾ what is he saying? Then I didn't know what to sing. Actually, I am very scared of that man.
Okay.
Because of, I don't know what. One, because he is very ruthless when it comes to music. So, and to win him over is not an easy thing. But fortunately or unfortunately, from my childhood, whenever I have sung, he has always liked it.
Okay.
So that was, and he remembers what all I have sung, which I have also forgotten.
My God.
And he's like, when I entered his room, he's like, Hey daya kaha gaye ve log, which means that was the bandish I had sung. So he was asking me, where had you gone trips?
Got it.
So I'm like, what is this man? What is to do with him? And then he said, challenge me, Kanaya. I'm like, okay, Kanaya. Then I sang, Nire pa ma re ga re sa ni dha ni, like that. Nirepa Mari Gare. Why did you sing Nirepa Mari Gare? Just felt like. There's nothing felt like.
Oh.
You need to have a meaning. You need to have a meaning to what you sing. Without meaning, how can you sing? How can you just write gibberish and call it a novel? So, if you have an intention behind the Nirepa Mari Gare Sani, then it is important. If you don't have an intention, then it doesn't make sense. And immediately he's like, Nire Gare Gama Gama Dha Ma Gare Sa. Two unknown ragas. He just joined it and said, Dha Pa Pa Ma Ga Ma Re Ga Re Ga Dha Pa Ma Ga Ma Re Ga. And we are like jumping from one raga to another raga to another raga to another raga. Went on.
Wow. Okay. So you mean like you met him very recently and
I met him in January. He died on June 11th.
so do you remember anything that he told you that is something you're going to work with for finding this voice in this home?
I think what I learned from him is to share your Riyaz. Whether I find my voice or not, whether I can sing or not. Now I am not even bothered to think about it. I realized one thing, that all these gurus were very open, that what you do, something very personal with your own music. You open it out to people. You can listen and learn and play around, do whatever, just be with it. So yeah, that's why I've started something called as Rumi's Practice Room, and I love people to come in.
But you do sound like you're constantly experimenting. Even, I mean, you're lucky to have probably met all these crazy-minded gurus, as you said. But like, what kind of experiments? Like, because sometimes it sounds like there's a particular way in which you have to do this music, but there's also something that you said where you're like experimenting constantly with gender transition. So, what kind of experiments? Like how does that sound when you break something that is so conventional and classical? And
So khayal Sangeet is also called Raag Sangeet, but it's actually khayal, it's not Raag Sangeet. So khayal is something like a thought. So at one point of time, what I started doing was, while delineating the khayal, I would add more Sufi poetry to it. Something corresponding to the original khayal. So then people did not like.
why?
Because they felt that I am, what was I doing? Degenerating khayal. First they said Drupad is the pure music and khayal is degenerated. Then I degenerated khayal furthermore.
Okay.
It is something like this. Okay. अब मोरी नैया पार करो तुम, अब मोरी नैया पार करो तुम, हजरत निजामुद्दीन औलिया, हजरत निजामुद्दीन औलिया, अब मोरी नैया पार, नैया पार, पार करो। खुसरो दरिया प्रेम का खुसरो दरिया प्रेम का जो उल्टी वाके धार जो बरसों डूब गया जो डूबा सो पार मोरी नैया पार करो तुम अब मोरी नैया. In this voice it sounds very hard, but I used to do it very naturally.
So what were the oppositions
So
to
it's
this
not,
kind of?
you're breaking the tradition. How can you break the tradition?
And after that, I think, did you have trouble, or did you continuously break more traditions?
I kept breaking, and that's why I was thrown out of the music circles. It so happened that I think in 2002 or just around the time of, just after the Gujarat riots, I went, my teacher asked me to sing in a concert, and then I went there because it was Guru Purnima. And then I entered and I saw the board, Sanskar Bharati. I knew it was RSS. So immediately, I had practiced for some months together for that concert. And then immediately I changed my repertoire, did everything Sufi, last minute full change. Everything Sufi. So they threw me out, finished, done.
Okay, but where did all the breaking of traditions take you then? Surely somewhere.
So this was it had already started. So it took me further down. Like for example, now I'm thinking of khayal. I should present khayal, which is just 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, or something. Just present the poetry in its form, and just as a thought. So I have to get into the writer's body, writer's psyche.
Yeah.
And then I have to sing from that body. That is the khayal. That's my feeling. Body is very important when you sing. Because it's not just voice, it is the body that is supremely important. Like, if I want to sing something as simple as like this thing. Mohe lagan lagi re, mohe lagan lagi re, lagan lagi, lagan lagi. This is mohe lagan lagi re. That's 3 words. You can sing like almost 4 or 5 hours. Mohe lagan lagi re, lagan lagi, lagi, lagan lagi, mohe lagan lagi re, lagi re, lagan lagi, lagan lagi, lagan lagi re, haan, mohe lagan lagi re. Can go on.
You can go on. So you can keep exploring within
3 words,
3
you know
words.
words.
And keep stretching.
हाँ,
Keep
so
taking-
lagan lagi mohe, and then you turn it into lat bin jeena kya hai jeena, lat bin jeena, lat bin jeena, lat 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 bin jeena. Lat means addiction. So what do you take when you take a drug injection? What do you take after you smoke a ganja or a cigarette or a drink? So that lat itself can become, the feel of lat itself can become half an hour, 45 minutes of performance. So lat can be something that is always coming back. Lat can also be lat. Lat bin jeena, which means that it pulls you down.
Yeah, it did.
So you can do anything with lat.
So in a way, it's also the emotion
Yeah.
of the word that
But
you're
yeah,
saying,
emotion
right?
of the word, and then it can also become something like lat bin jeena. लत बिन जीना क्या जीना रे लत बिन जीना. So it's abstract. You
Yeah.
do what you want.
Yeah, yeah.
3 words are enough for a khayal. The same la mohe lagi lagan re.
Yeah.
There can be something like lagi lagan mohe to se re, lagi lagan mohe to se re. You can compose it in different ways and then keep singing.
Yeah.
Gama padhani sani dhapa lagi lagan mohe to se re, lagi lagan mohe to se, lagan mohe to se, lagi 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 lagan mohe to se.
Wow. So in the end, if someone's going to listen to these 3 words over a period of time, like, you can get totally lost and immersed in.
Yeah.
And then this, what is the meaning of then a sense of belonging?
That's why I feel that we all need addiction. Because addiction with something would give us some kind of sense of belonging. So it draws you. It draws you. And people don't draw you. People, feelings. It's like short time.
Yeah.
After that, they don't.
Yeah. Wow. It's fascinating. Like, to just think that it's so many possibilities. It seems like you can take us to like an infinite landscape.
Yes. So it's like I can create sea, I can create mountains, I can create hills, I can create igloo, and then I can take you along with me. So I create these, and it's all just feelings.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I could definitely go to all these places with your voice. It really sounds like traveling, a process of traveling. And the travel never ends. It doesn't have to reach somewhere. Just keep wandering, basically.
It's also like Sakhiri ho Sakhiri साथ चले चलो रे Sakhiri साथ चले चलो रे.
Yes, I will definitely be traveling with you. But also, you mentioned that you like meeting writers who write poems and other songs, and you're not really now going by only the book. So when you're getting into the body of the writer and you're writing, like trying to, did you do any experiments with that?
I did one with Sarsi and one with
Who's
Dadu.
Sarsi?
Du Saraswati, the Kannada Dalit literature poet and very close friend of mine. I call her Sarsi Ma. And she wrote something, ನಾನು ಬದುಕಿದ್ದು ನನಗಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತು. And then the other I kind of almost was ready to like murder Dadu and get 3-word lyrics.
Yeah.
So he gave me some actually.
Yeah. 3 words. Oh,
yeah.
like this.
Oh, ನೀಲಿ ಹೂವೇ ನಿಲ್ಲು ನೀಲಿ ಹೂವೇ ನಿಲ್ಲೋ ಗಂಧವತಿ ನೀಲಿ ಹೂವೇ. That's it.
That's it. And you can spend hours with these words and take
I don't need to. That's what I'm trying to do. Not cut it.
You want to cut it and make it short.
Like for example, if I have to be that intense and present the meaning of that poet's body, and then cut off. That's where editing comes.
Okay.
So you have to self-edit. For example, I just very randomly sang this. Otherwise, if I'm spontaneously composing and you have to start, I'll just perform this. Oh, ನೀಲಿ ಹೂವೇ ಗಂಧವತಿ ನೀಲಿ ಹೂವೇ ನೀನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಗಂಧವತಿ ನೀಲಿ ಹೂವೇ. ಓ ನೀಲಿ ಹೂವೇ.
And then that's where it ends. And why this turn to making it so wide cut it? Because I was also enjoying that movie.
Long
Getting lost and traveling. Now you don't want me to travel.
The thing is, I felt that after painting entered into my life, I feel that you can't keep on filling the details. And that's where I learnt editing from S.R. Ramakrishna to crisp it out, keep it as it is. And then that Gandhavati Neeli Huve will continue in your head also. Let it be abstract. Why should I explain everything to you?
Or the multiple ways of thinking about Neeli Huva.
Whichever blue flower it could be.
Yeah, whichever blue flower. Do you want to talk a little bit about your... also a little bit about Tumris and your work with Tumris, especially because when you were thinking about gender transition and all of those things, even before you transitioned, I'm just thinking if there was, I remember you played with even lyrics and changed genders to make it mean different things. What were those things about?
I've actually come very far away from them, so maybe when I go back to them I'll talk to you again, because that old thought is too dead.
No?
Because I find it so difficult to identify myself in Thumri, because though I try and say that I am a Kaniz, male Kaniz and all that, I still don't know how to handle my gender in those extremely feminine Thumris. So I have stopped singing them.
Yeah.
Except for some compositions about like, that is still khayal, like Kajra re Kajra re Gori tore Nana मद भरे पिया को प्यार रे येरी वो तो अंजना बिना कारे कजरा
Rumi took me through so many homes in one room. It felt like the room had expanded across tones, microtones, people, places, lovers, fantasies, colors, bodies. What happens when a voice does not transition with the body? I wonder if Rumi's Riyaz will bring him closer to finding his voice or lead him to discover something else altogether. After a really long time, I feel I found my home in between Rumi's many homes.
Adventures of Noorie is a podcast series tracing her travels with music, memory, and identity. Noorie's adventures move like this from place to place, discovering musicians and their stories that she never heard before. This is the music of people who recall their lives through rhythms, instruments, and polyphones. Stay tuned for her next stop.